Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the review of Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire. A movie I didn't have very high expectations for because I knew Zack Snyder was behind it, and of course, after watching the movie, I was not wrong. Rebel Moon is a conventional retired soldier story. In fact, this story could be adapted into many movies, but we see that some of them have messed it up. Add to that the characters that are not fleshed out in depth, and you have a movie that keeps you wondering when it will end. And I have bad news for you. This is part 1. So he's going to make a second one. Oh my God, somebody stop this guy. I don't know what you think, but I always think of Zack Snyder like this. You know how in your workplaces there are people who are brought to a high-level position even though they don't know anything, just because they know someone. Well, Zack Snyder is like one of those people. It's like someone is always watching his back. Like, let the kid play, you know what I mean? Anyway, the story is briefly as follows. You know the scenario we see in at least 5 out of 10 action movies, where a retired soldier whose child has been kidnapped picks up his gun again and takes justice into his own hands. Rebel Moon was an attempt to adapt this scenario into science fiction. Of course it was, but it couldn't be done. Let's open it up a bit more and see what's in it. Korra is taken by the enemy general during the war, and the general raises her as his own daughter. Korra gets a good military education, and after many battles and so on, she becomes an officer. But then, in another world, in another society, she becomes a farmer. Unfortunately, we do not know the reason for her career change from soldier to farmer. Meanwhile, the army she served in the past raids Korra's village for resources, and when these soldiers try to rape a girl in the village, Korra kills them all with an axe. Are we surprised? No. After all, the commander is holding a flower, not a gun. Even though he gets many chances, he doesn't shoot. Why not? Because you can't shoot with a flower, right? I mean, do they think that by showing us the scenes in slow motion, they think that this kind of mistakes are covered, or what? Why the fuck doesn't this guy shoot? Let's move on. Anyway, the movie must have been made with the idea of just getting it over and done with. Korra is on her way to gather a team to fight the main world soldiers. But I watched these scenes with laughter. They didn't need to explain the characters in depth. This is another shortcoming. And then there is the way these characters are included in the movie, which is really comical. I have to mention them one by one. Now we are watching carefully. We are already not convinced that Tarak, our first hero, who for some reason does not prefer doors, is being held captive by this man. And if Tarak can't calm the bird down, this gentleman will take the rest of the team captive. And pay attention here. You know when a captured soldier or warrior is released, they are given their weapons and so on. We thank the screenwriters for not breaking this tradition by giving him his shawl when Tarak leaves. You can guess who it is, right? Yes, unfortunately. Our second heroine is Miss Nemesis. This lady is also trying to join the team by practicing her skills against a creature. Anyway, if you see a slant-eyed person in this kind of movie, keep in mind that they are definitely a master of some kind of martial art. It's an unwritten rule. As you can see, the lady is a swordswoman, and this guy who washes like a car is General Titus. When Miss Korra was trying to persuade Titus, and suddenly she took off her clothes and knelt in front of him, I thought, what the fuck? Fortunately, it didn't happen. And Bloodaxe is the hero who can't decide which shoulder to carry his gun on. He's actually the only logical character because he has an army behind him. I don't need to talk about the rest of the movie, especially the fight scene between Korra and Noble is both bad and unnecessary. But there is one thing I think is good in the movie, and that is Ed Skrein's acting. I congratulate him. Other than that, I didn't see anything good. If you liked the video, you know what to do. See you in the next movie.